So the secret to interviewing is this. The one who can articulate in the most concise manner their skills and abilities as it pertains to the position you are talking about, they win the job. In all the interviews that I've done, the best ones are the ones who probably spoke or they listened twice as much as they spoke in an interview. And what they did give me in an interview were honest, truthful, specific answers on things that they've done in their past that related to the job I was interviewing for. So how do we do that? How do we know what questions an employer is going to ask? How do we know what examples to give? So there's a couple different things that you can do to get that interview. And from resume to interview is a black hole, and it's called an online application. Because every employer makes you do one, and most candidates think that's all they have to do to be considered. It's one part of what you need to do to be considered. Very few interviews are granted from an online application alone. I think I saw somewhere where a workforce planning organization did a study of Fortune 500 companies and asked how many candidates or how many hires did you get from a posting or an online application solely? And the number was staggering. It was like under 10%. That meant 90% of jobs were given to people who networked. 90% of the jobs were given to people who got their information in front of a decision maker other than an online application or a job posting. This is what you need to do to get there. You have to network first. That career fair, all those business cards that you got, they come in handy. Apply online, it's a must. I can't talk to you, I can't schedule you for an interview without that. And then lastly, you gotta get your email in through a back channel. So if I apply online, if I have the business card of somebody that I've networked with, now I also have to figure out a way, how can I get my email into someone in that department? Those three things should be able to get you to that interview. Now, once you get there, this is what you could expect. You've got to be able to have a solid resume. You have to do the online application, which usually includes some sort of assessment. So there's going to be a measurement of skills and abilities. You have to be able to then get through a phone interview or a screening interview of some type. And this could be phone, it could be face-to-face, but a very short interview, or it could even be Skype interview. But something that you're going to have to articulate and communicate to a decision maker about your resume. Once we get through that, then you could typically include some sort of panel interview, where now it's a more in-depth face-to-face interviewing process. It could be 3 decision makers at once, or it could be one-on-one, but maybe multiple steps in one day of going to different individuals. But there's going to be some sort of panel interview with a group to be able to determine your skills and abilities. Then usually there's some sort of realistic job preview for the candidate. They try to give you some sort of information or put you through a day of a simulated role so you can get an idea about the position. There could be a phone interview after that for a next level for the finalists. And then lastly, a job offer. So it is a journey, and there are many places that there could be pitfalls. So being prepared for each one of these and understanding the uniqueness of each one of these steps is very important.